Alrighty guys, welcome to game number 2 in the best of 3 series between Petraeus and State, and we have spawning in the bottom right hand corner, playing for Root Gaming. It is the yellow Zerg player, Petraeus. And his opponent in the top left hand corner of Frost, it is the red Protoss player from Root Gaming as well. It's State. So obviously, if you watched the last game, if you haven't watched the previous game, please go check it out. It was pretty good. We saw a whole different array of things come out in that game, so you definitely want to go check that one out. But if you have already checked it out, you will know that we obviously saw the Swarm host play in the first game, and a map like Frost, it's a very large map. If you take a look here, it was the biggest map in the map pool for some time until Alterzim Stronghold came in, which is the biggest map so far. I believe it is the biggest map in the map pool by far right now. I'm not 100% sure whether it's bigger than other maps, but like StarCraft in general. But right now it looks like we're going to be seeing a pool first from Petraeus. So we saw him go hatch first on Polar Knight. This time we're going to see pool first. And from State, we're going to see a Nexus first from him. So he is going to have that little bit of an economic lead going into this game. He is obviously down one game in this series. It's a best of 3. This was for the IEM Cologne qualifiers. I believe it was Cologne. It was the American qualifiers. So, it is, again, root team kill. And, yeah, we're going to see the gateway go down right after. So, State's kind of going to be feeling a little bit of pressure here. He's got to take a win here. He needs a win bad. Because if he doesn't, well, then he's out. It's as simple as that. So, he's going to come in here. He's going to play pretty standard. He's going to go one gas. We should see a second one go down. Yep, there's the second gas. And for Petraeus, he is just scouting with overlords right now. He went pool into hatch, and he took that drone over here to investigate, make sure there was no cannon rushes or anything like that going down. And here's two Zerglings. These Zerglings will go cross map because obviously you got this overlord going to be checking this base. This overlord has already checked this one, so the Zerglings naturally are going to go over here. Cybernetics core goes down, and the wall off is pretty much complete at this point, and the probe's now going to go out and see what they can find across the map. We see one queen go down, a second one being built in the main base, while this one will transfer to this natural base. And, yeah, we got this drone over here, which should be making this hatch as soon as 300. And there you go. There's your hatch going down. Zergling knows about where his opponent's at. Obviously knows because his overlord has seen it. The probe could be here, could be here. He's gonna go here first, I believe. But yeah, Zergling gonna do a little bit of poking. The Zealot is gonna drive him away, but the Zergling doing a little bit of dancing. Nice move there to keep the probe in the wall, not allow the Zergling to get in. See the gases, see the gas timings, or see the saturation. So we see Sentry coming out now, second Sentry on the way, just to defend if there is some kind of crazy big Zergling all in there. And he's seen, there's your hatch, so I know you're in this position. That's cool. I'm going to swing around here. The Zergling, going to be expecting him to be somewhere around this area. Probe's going to swing all the way around and then come back down. Probably throw a proxy pylon somewhere up here. And then come back down, see what they can find in this base, in this area over here. Roach Warren comes down for Petraeus. We saw him go with roaches in the first game, which kind of were countered by the Warp Prism Immortal play that State tried to do, but it didn't quite work out all the way. We see Warp Gate should be finishing in about 40 seconds, give or take how many seconds go off because of Chrono Boost. But there's your metabolic boost going down. Lots of drones right now, just kind of droning up. Gonna be saturating 3 base. There's Warp Gate coming down as well. Be done in about 5 seconds. And yeah, there's Mothership Core. The The Overlord is not going to be able to see all of these gates going down or the forge that's in base. Not going to get to see any of that. Does get taken out by the sentries before being able to see that. Good number of Zerglings coming across the field here to see what exactly is going down. They're not going to see a whole lot, but at this point, Petraeus kind of happy to keep up his drone count. He was a little bit low on his drones in the second game. He went very heavy on his aggression, but caught up later in the game. And we see that here. He's only up one drone. He's not really going crazy with droning. He wants to kind of get those upgrades, get some units out, and start pressuring. While we see a very large force coming out from State here who should be throwing down a pylon soon. Because this is going to be a +1 attack, which will have a Twilight Council and a Robo behind it. And it's the main point of this attack is not to kill Petraeus. Not by any means is it to kill. It is simply to come in here and kill off this hatch. That's its plan, is to kill the hatch off. State gonna see the army here, and Petraeus is gonna say, okay, you have a mothership core there. What's the mothership core doing? And now the Zergling says, oh, you got some stalkers over here? Interesting. And there's a lot of sentries, some more stalkers warping in. This is a situation where it's gonna be kind of scary for State if this army gets good positioning from Petraeus, and it does have decent positioning here. And yeah, he's not engaging quite yet. The Stalker's doing a nice job pulling back, attacking, pulling back. +1 is on the way as well, as he's going to go blink with this Twilight Council. He's got a Warp Prism coming. And Warp Prism is really good because all he has to make is this one pylon, and then you can put the Warp Prism somewhere over here. We got the probe on the right side of the map, but here we go. A big conversion going to come on in here. And, oh, the force fields are pretty decent, but the Zerglings good, decent position. They get on top of the army before the force fields are able to completely go up here. And there's your recall, but a lot of units fell there. 7 Stalkers, 2 Sentries fell during that fight, and we see 4 more gateways going down. This is going to be a huge all-in here, because he's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8 gates, and some Immortals with Blink and +1, +2 actually, going into this fight. So it's going to be pretty scary for Petraeus to try and hold this attack. But he's in a really good spot right now that he could do a lot of damage with this coming up attack. There are a lot of sentries, though, and sentries against Zerg are very good using force fields. But there's a nice little pylon on the right side of the map here. This Overlord's going to start dropping some creep. State looking like he's going to try and take a third base, but that is not going to be happening anytime soon with the army that's over here. Blink going to be done in a few seconds. And there's 2 Immortals in this Warp Prism here, and a nice positioning, though. A nice flank from the top and from the bottom of the ramp. The force fields are really good at the bottom, though, cutting off pretty much that entire army. And the Immortals are doing a lot of damage here against these roaches. But is there too many roaches? No. I think with the micro of the Immortals, he did lose 1 Immortal. A second one, though, joining into the fight, and he's doing a great job by picking up and putting down that Immortal. He's going to force Petraeus back at this point. Macro Hatch going down as well. He's already finished his lair. He's finished Cloud Reconstitution, and he's getting Burrow. No attack or defense upgrades on the way yet for Petraeus, and there you go. We got a Dark Shrine coming down. He's going to want to warp in some DTs over here, but Petraeus has spotted that pylon over here. What star sense right there, and here goes the roaches are going to move around. Good creep spread from Petraeus right now, but here comes 2 Immortals heading towards the main now. If they get good positioning in the main, they could do a lot of damage here. Warp Prism is going to be seen now. Will it be able to do enough damage? Warping in some sentries and some zealots. Can it get a good positioning? Can it get a force field off on the ramp? It will not. It is too far away from the ramp. 4 more zealots being warped in here. Nope, they're going to be canceled off. Gonna pick up the 2 Immortals, and he's gonna roll out of here. These poor sentries are like, oh god, they left us here. Oh my god, and they're in a hidden location. Oh, what a cool move right there. Oh, now they're gonna be spotted, but it was such a good positioning here. And again, the Zerg is still doing damage, fighting off this this third base that's trying to go up here. And there's so many roaches coming across the field. Not a lot of stalkers. 10 stalkers are all that are across the field. Some zealots on the high ground here are going to try and defend this as much as possible. They're going to go down very quickly. And Stalkers do have Blink, so that just adds to their versatility. 2 pylons go down, and if he focuses down this Nexus, he will get a cancel off. And no, not a cancel, gonna get a kill on that Nexus. While at the same time, we see Immortals getting a cancel there. DT's going off against this base over here, while Petraeus kills the 3rd base over there and fights. The DTs are taken out. The layer is saved. 3 Immortals are over here, though, and that is way too much firepower for these roaches to handle. They need to get on home. 2 Immortals are actually with this, so he has a total of 5 Immortals out in the field right now, with another one coming, and the potential to get +3. Groove Spines is on the way, though, because we do have Hydralisks joining the composition of this army. And Hydralisks are important because Hydralisks, their DPS is so good. Blink Stalkers are pretty good, but unless they get extremely high numbers, Hydralisks are just able to defeat them. DT gonna get a kill off on this base over here. A very nice little move there. And he gets the layer as well. Wow, a very good move there from from State, using those Dark Templar in a lot of different areas. We look at the resources lost, it is very much in favor of our Zerg player, but State using those DT to try and bring himself back into the game here. He is just about to get his 3rd base up, but his 3rd base is again under fire. These probes trying to transfer. They don't want to transfer there, though. That's a lot of probes gonna fall. 7 have fallen so far, and this army of State is in a bad position. With the Hydralisks now joining the composition, they have the Groove Spines, which is the range upgrade, and +1 now finishing. This Zerg force looks more and more scary. Gonna try and move up the ramp. A nice little time warp there, though, is gonna stop it. That Overseer is gonna be taken out, but guess what? We have another one behind it. More probes being taken out, but the 4 Immortals have just too much firepower for this Zerg player to handle. He has to fall back. Zealots up here. Changeling right there. Actually, those are Changelings. Whoops. I was like, I see red. Those must be Zealots. But no, those are indeed Changelings. Gonna be moving in here. A nice little positioning here, though, for the Zerg. Decent force fields there, though. Do kind of siphon off the army a little bit. But with the firepower of all these Hydralisks, the problem with Hydralisks is they don't have a lot of health. Their total health is 80. And that is not a whole lot, but their DPS is so much and they deal so much damage that they make up for the lack of health. And now, just making roaches at this point, getting the pneumatized carapace for the Overlords to move much faster, and Overseers. And yeah, State kind of brought himself back in the game with that engagement. He's only down about 1,000 now, but 4th base, again, still being harassed by these Dark Templar. Obviously must have been coming from all the way over here or sneaking all the way around, which it does look like is going to be the situation here. And we see Petraeus searching around desperately. He's like, where is this proxy pylon that you're hiding from me? Where are you warping in these DTs from? And he is going to see the Dark Templar. Oh no! He just does not see the Dark Templar running by his army. And it's going to go and try and do some damage to this 3rd base again, or it could even go towards the main. The layer was taken out because of that last attack. It's rebuilt over here. Groove Spines is being built as well, or researched as well, along with +2 attack. And a decent positioning here for the Zerg. He doesn't want to fight here, though. That's a very, 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 very bad choke. And just like that, there you go. Force fields cut off half of the army. And with the large number of Zealots that are in this army, it's very difficult for to take a lot of damage. And now more Zealots being warped in. There is a Archon with this army. Archon gets taken out pretty quickly. And again, Petraeus is kind of forced back. State kind of keeping a position here. He's still down about 1,000 supply, or 1,000 resources. And again, he's still kind of down a little bit, you know. We see pretty standard play here. The 4th base has now finally gone up. For Petraeus, it was very delayed, but he's going to be moving in here. He's going to get a nice positioning here. The force fields, again, are very good, but I don't know. I think the Zerg force might just be a little bit too much for State to handle. He doesn't have any energy for force fields anymore, Now the Zerg is on top of the army. The last Immortal goes down, and with the Immortal going down, the Zerg force, there's not a lot of firepower for this Protoss anymore. Zealots being warped in, but they just get taken out very quickly. This Zealot, I think, is kind of freaking him out a little bit. GG's called, though, and Petraeus will take the series 2-0 over State with, again, a very, very, very well-played game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. There'll be more from the IEM qualifiers as I get the replays and I can cast them. So, yeah, see you guys next time.